So here we go, underway. Fernando and Reed to jump it up. Head coach of Philadelphia, Brian Adams. Frank Mason, who's spent quite a bit of time in the NBA the last couple of years. Jaden Springer, the first-round pick, gets his first shot up and in. It's amazing that we value potential more than we value what's in front of us.
Well, Jared, some teams do, but the way teams look at it is when you look at a guy with potential, you don't know what the ceiling is.
We'll see a lot of him. Oh, look at that. Carson Edwards, fancy move. Shot doesn't go down, but Fernando says it's trash pickup day. You know, he's one of those guys, Petrusev, that you hear the draft and stash about. The only problem is these guys that get drafted to be stashed, he went to Gonzaga and felt after his time there that he wasn't good enough for the NBA yet. So he decided to go to Europe and was the Adriatic MVP. Joe driving in traffic. Neesmith comes out with it. Nearly a travel by Langford. Langford gets it back. He's going to pop and hit. Romeo Langford. Contact underneath the basket from Springer. Gets it back. Misses, but right there is Paul Reed for the putback. Well, Yogi, who has been his trainer, says that Yamadar reminds him of a young Rondo. Wow.
High praise.
High praise. Really excited, too, to see Aaron Neesmith. He needed this summer league this year. Carson Edwards.
And did you watch that move, Jared? He took his body and jumped it into the chest of the defender to create space to lay that ball in.
Carson with the steal. Edwards with the lay-in, turning defense into offense. Carson Edwards looks like he's going to play every minute of this first quarter. Pulled up by Begaron.
All of that is flying at him very quickly. Head coach Joe Mazzulla said he has been very receptive to coaching, and they've just been so impressed by the way he is able to retain everything and then go out and execute.
You can see why the Boston Celtics like this young man, but again, it's about development and growth for him. He's just going to need the time and the reps.
Bruno Fernando, the newest member of the Celtics, spinning. Oh, he got denied. What a block by Petrusev. Knicks driving, kicking. Knicks converts.
There was nuances to that position that if you didn't play it, you just don't understand.
We got a battle of bigs right now. Fernando and Petrusev going back and forth on each end. Hauser, his third triple.
You're going to tell me a point guard knows what the center is dealing with on a night-to-night basis? Because he's never been down there. He's never played that position. And there's things that you see on tape that you just don't know the tape don't show.
Neesmith in the corner. Brought himself right into that trouble area. No foul called. Neesmith draws contact again, and Fernando throws it down. Carson Edwards back in after a brief blow on the bench. He got that shot blocked. Springer got a spring in his step. Petrusev. Fernando just checked out of the game. Joe steps back. Joe buries the three. But Andre Drummond's a real old school big man, right? Like, he's never going to shoot threes. Does he have a chance to get another big contract in the NBA?
He does, Derek, because again,
Begaron, the bucket and the foul. And there's going to be games he sits out. There's going to be games where he plays limited minutes probably. And to have a starting caliber center behind the bench, on the bench.
And Jared, for being an old school center, Andre Drummond, he does lead the league in rebounding. Now, he goes and gets it. Eats up that glass.
By the way, Atlanta has defeated Miami across the hall. Zach August showing off some nice moves. Those fans bought into the hope and future, but never got a timetable. Nobody was ever held accountable for when that needed to come to an end.
A lot of people spend a lot of money coming to games over the past 5 or 6 years during the process.
And now new leadership with Philadelphia. Neesmith hits that three. Celtics 48, 76ers 39. Both these teams come in unbeaten through the first week of Summer League play. Here's Langford on the drive. It's no good. Fernando
Well, Jared, look, man, it is something that, you know, the thing that I think about that night is that we tried every defense that I knew. We played a boxing one, a triangle two. Jared, he's skilled. It just may take some time for him to get acclimated to the NBA game.
20th pick, or the 50th pick by the Sixers in the second round this year. The 50th pick by the Sixers. Give them a look. They could always use more bigs there. Great feed by Edwards to August. Nearly 42% from three. Underneath to Key. Braxton Key, also out of UVA. Carson Edwards, 9 points in the first quarter. Edwards scoring now. Tyrese Maxey not playing today. Henry. That ends the drought. Tyrese Maxey goes out and scores 39 points.
I do remember that game, and that was his coming out party, and that tells you right there, man. Doc Rivers, the talent is deep on this Philadelphia 76 team.
Neesmith, oh, rejected by the rim, but gets it back himself.
Stay with it.
He's laughing about that one.
But you got to finish that when you get the crowd oohing and ahhing.
Lamar Peters out of Mississippi State. Whoa! Carson Edwards has got 16 points. You saw on that graphic that August has had a lot of success overseas. Oh, come on, particularly in Greece. He's also played in Turkey. And you can tell, I think it's pretty evident. Oh, what a big-time throwdown! Rise to the occasion, young Romeo.
Romeo Langford for taking the baseline and dunking it home.
The point I was getting to before I was rudely interrupted by Romeo Langford.
Exactly, and Jared, again, not having Max is tougher than some of these teams, but Jared, it's an opportunity for all these other young men to fill in. Well, Jared, when you look at the Summer League roster, and now the coach talked about, they got players who've been in the league for a couple years. They should be one of the better teams in the Summer League.
80-55, Boston has been dominant. Huge third quarter opened this game up. Paul Reed gets a bucket and a foul as Philly tries to chip away. Third in the G League in rebounds, nearly 12 a night. Here comes Philly off the Boston turnover. Good two-man passing game there. And it's Matthews.
You like the body, you like the maturity. It's just seeing, can he find a niche in the NBA?
6'10", 239, 18.6 rebounds. Paul Reed with another bucket. Reed has 14 and 10. 20-point game. Carson Edwards driving. Carson Edwards goes down. Oh, and he gets it right over to Eric Holman, who throws it down. Heady play by Carson Edwards from his seat. Here's Mason. Gets it over to Isaiah Joe. Isaiah Joe with 12. 4:20 to go in the game. Holman trying to stretch the floor. Look at the big fella.
Yes.
Eric Holman out of Mississippi State, 6'9", hits the three with a team that has Joel Embiid as its face of the franchise.
Yeah, Jared, and then with all the negativity surrounding Ben Simmons right now in Philadelphia, and going through all those years of the process to bring this group of players in, and then you lose in the second round to an Atlanta team, and the manner in which you lost.
Yep. I believe he was part of that 1984 draft class.
Yeah.
One of the great draft classes of all time. Begaron. That's pure.
Oui, mon frère. That's why.
Right. Final second, and that's going to do it here. The Boston Celtics, the first team to 4 victories here in the 2021 NBA Summer League.